the fault. So I never actually regretted giving no black belts for my students. All my black belts, I have a huge respect and then really appreciate for them to believe in and stick with the team, with the family, no matter what circumstance. They keep going until they reach on the level. All right, guys. So let's keep going on this. I think I talked too much already. First black belt, very special, you know. She's actually been training here forever. And then, you know, don't ever get fooled by she's being so nice to you and then smile, because she can smoke you and smash you. And then she's actually very kind of do something that actually, she told me that Jiu-Jitsu actually helped her, and then I'm very happy there. And then, you know, a great person on and off the mat, and then a very, very, very well-deserved black belt. Teri, step forward. She's always trying to make her best to come in training, and then, you know, like putting the work and effort. And then I knew it, that she'll be a black belt. I always knew it. Some people you always know, you know, like you always know because you know they commit. You know, so very well deserved. Black belt to Teri. Hey, and then you definitely can say something, you know? You can actually just like pretend that you say something, right? Exactly. Because she's an actress, you know? She can actually like, hey guys, you know? And she can be like a happy person or a sad person. I can. She's actually an actress, you know? You guys watch the Punisher.
They let me do my own stuff.
She did a like, where's Teri? And then I'm like, oh, Punisher's back. Oh, that's what she is.
So, Professor, thank you. This is a special, really special moment. And you asked us this week to think about why we do Jiu-Jitsu before this day. And I remember my first Jiu-Jitsu class. I didn't know anything about what Jiu-Jitsu was, or even how to say the word Jiu-Jitsu. I just Googled martial arts studio nearest to my house, and Gracie, Barra, and Encino was the closest one, and first class was free, so I showed up. And I remember back then I wanted to do martial arts because I felt like as a woman I needed to prove that I was tough. But Jiu-Jitsu did something much deeper than that. Jiu-Jitsu taught me about real strength and how to build real strength. And every time I'm on these mats, my weakness is revealed to me. And my ego about that weakness is revealed to me, which are two things that get in the way of real strength, right? And it's healthy, because then I'm forced to deal with them. I swallow tears of pride and embarrassment and pain, and they're good medicine. I remember one time getting picked up and tossed by Maddie, the giant blue belt. Do you guys remember Maddie? She tossed me across the mat, and I land on my finger, and I break my finger. And I sit up, and I'm getting ready to cry. And I look up, and I see Professor Edwin staring at me. He goes, "What? Did you break your finger?" And I was like, you know, bottom lip. Yeah. He goes, "Well, just pull it back into place and tape it up. You'll be fine." And in that moment, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I don't have to cry about broken fingers in jiu-jitsu. I can just tape up my finger, get back on the mats, and keep rolling. And that's a life metaphor that jiu-jitsu teaches me, right? You just tape up your fingers, and you take your jiu-jitsu medicine, and you get stronger, and you keep rolling. And I love it. I love having people's feet in my face, and their arms in a bar, and their sweat on my gi, and my blood on the mat, and bruises everywhere, because, you know, it makes me feel alive. Jiu-jitsu requires you... I'm still talking, sorry.
No, you keep going. I love it. I love it.
Go good. It requires you to engage physically and emotionally and mentally, because if you don't, you'll get choked out. And for me, I have it's important that I have to engage in all three things, because I have a noisy brain. My husband likes to call it my noisy brain. And it is a bully sometimes, and it tells me, right, I'm not worth anything, or life is too hard, I can't do it. But those are lies. And when I'm on the mats, Jiu-Jitsu quiets that brain. It teaches me otherwise, right? When I shake someone's hand before we start rolling, they often say, how are you doing? And I say, I'm good, because I'm here. I'm good because I'm here, and I mean it, because I know that my brain is going to get quiet. I'm going to get reminded who I am, where my real strength is developing. Jiu-Jitsu is teaching me about that real strength. And I don't have to prove anything to anybody else. Right? And I'm good because I'm here, also because I'm surrounded by people with hearts of gold. And I think it's because of who the professor is and the example he leads with. He's always pushing himself to be better, but never to the detriment of anybody else. He's pushing us to be better, to be more committed, but also with a gentleness and a kindness, and he's hilarious, so he does with humor, and he protects us, right? And he always says, before we roll, to the boys, if you hurt any of these girls, I'm going to kill you. And he means it, but he knows that we're strong enough because of him to take care of ourselves on the mat. And all of the other teachers here, Jason and Angelo and Edwin and God, there's too many, and Matt, all of the professors, you guys are just gentle warriors of true strength, and you teach me, and you are upright men that I learn from every time I roll with you. And Tasia, you are my girl, and I can't talk about you too much because I will cry. Yeah, I know. But you are one of the main reasons I'm here today. So the bond that forms on these mats is unbreakable, and it's unspoken, and it being on these mats together with all of you requires this intimate agreement of trust to take care of each other. And whether you know it or not, you know me in a different way than anybody else does. You have all seen me at my best, and you have all seen me at my worst. And you've all smelled me at my best, and you've all smelled me at my worst. So Professor, that's why I do Jiu-Jitsu, because Jiu-Jitsu makes me a stronger human, and I do Jiu-Jitsu here because it makes me a happier human. So.
That was probably one of the that was the best teacher. I'm not gonna lie. I even got sweaty here. That was amazing. It might have been, seriously.
Alright, boys. Start getting those ideas in your brain. Let's go. Start chopping it up, boys.